All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Big Veil TV. I'm just going to give y'all a couple of pointers on how to drop that oil pan. If you own a 2001 all the way down to, I think, 97. I might be mistaken. But any Honda that uses that sealant, it's not really a gasket. It's just sealant they use. I suggest buying the stuff that Honda sells because they say it's a little bit better than just regular sealant that you would purchase from your hardware store. And if you look, I got a bunch of stuff took apart under here. The first thing you want to do is remove your splash shield that goes right here. You just want to take the bolts apart, take all the bolts free. You can find the diagram on the internet or HondaPrelude.com or some website of that nature. But as you see, you want to get the splash cover off. Then from there, you're going to take, look down there, right where the cat starts, you want to take that section of the exhaust out. I would suggest soaking them bolts in PB Blast or driving around for a little while if you feel like twisting the wrench around a hot exhaust pipe. I prefer the PB Blast and just letting it sit for a little while. Go inside, get something to eat, come back out and knock it out. And if you look right here, you got to take the down pipe out. That's from the header coming off the block. You got 3 bolts right there. Those are a little bit easier. I didn't have to soak those, I guess, because the elements ain't get to them. But there you have it. You want to replace your seals once you're done, once you get it all apart. Once you get that out, you can start to removing your cross brace right here. And those are the 3 bolts for you. You want to soak those and just crank them free with a nice little pry bar. I mean breaker bar. I'm sorry. Or you can use the impact. And then right here for the automatic transmission, you got a little cover that sits right there. You just want to remove that before you can get to the oil pan. Now, a little trick with the oil pan. Sometimes the sealant can be rather tricky to get off. And I've read on the internet they said use a screwdriver to pry between the pan and the gasket, seeing that it's aluminum. Or use a hammer. Both those are kind of funny to me. I used a rubber mallet first time. It didn't work. So then what I did was, after a little bit of cursing and yelling, of course, naturally, I just inserted the two bolts from the transmission cover right there. Just inserted the 2 bolts, the longest ones I could find. You know, just in there good enough. Thread them in, make sure they're secure, and then just grab a hold of them and start to pull down on your oil pan. And usually it'll free it for you. And that's just one of my little tricks I wanted to throw out at you. Now what I'm going to do afterwards, I'm going to clean the surfaces of my engine block and on the oil pan cover itself. After I clean it, I'm going to apply the new sealant. I'm going to replace the little gasket, the little U-shaped gasket that goes right at the edge of the pan. I don't want to reuse it, and I don't want to just put sealant on it and call it a day. I want to do it the right way. And that's pretty much it. Once you're done with that, everything else should be a breeze putting it back together. Just make sure if you're, one of the persons that when they put something back together, they have a bolt or 2 laying around, I would suggest just taking pictures of it, or just, like I said, getting a diagram. And then once, while you're under the car, once you got everything apart, it's not a bad idea to just look around, inspect everything, clean all your connectors and, crap of that matter. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, with the oil pan, with the sealant on there, I just use 2 bolts and, screw them in pretty good, and then just, give it some good old-fashioned muscle. And it'll come right off for you. So, I'm going to let y'all know I'm probably going to make another video once I clean everything up and get everything all back together. But that's pretty much it. As long as you got a little time on your hands, you ain't afraid to get your hands dirty, You can save yourself a couple of $100. Well, there you have it. If any questions, you're free to just leave me a message or you can comment. All right, everybody, have a good one.